Hey guys, it's Red Nomster, and today I'm going to be helping as a farmhand for an agriculturalist. Now, he's already got quite a few workers out here, and I want to kind of bust the competition. So as you can see, the field is pretty dry, and I kind of want to liven it up a little bit, and I found an effortless way to do that because of course, I am lazy, and I don't want to do it by hand. So, if we come up here, we have what looks to be a flying machine, and that's because that's what it is. So we break one of these blocks, and automatically these boats will then start watering the crops for me, and I don't have to do anything. I could just sit over here and just watch it squirt water onto it. Also drips down a little bit right here as well, which is pretty interesting. It starts raining down on the competition. Pretty cool. And it will stop once it gets to the end. But we can go ahead and fire off a bunch of these just to see what it looks like, I guess, because I haven't really looked at that yet. Boop, 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 boop. Yes, rain down urine. I mean, water, of course. Now, every once in a while, the boats do break. It kind of depends on, I guess, where the boat is at when you start, and it's very hard to place it, but essentially, you do still get the same effect for quite a while, and sometimes the boat stays on there for long enough to keep acting upon these particles and watering these crops, of course. So, yeah, it's a little fun idea, but there's quite a few implementations that I've tried to, or implementations? Yeah, that I've tried to do, and I kind of just want to tell you about them, so if you want to try it out, you sure can, and see if you can come up with something a little bit cooler. But I think this idea is just fun to watch because, I don't know, this is about as good as making a farm in Minecraft as I can do, so Iron Farm's a little bit too complicated for my brain. So we'll go jump to the tutorial, and I'll explain what's going on here. Okay, so I loaded up an empty world, and this is what we have. Of course, it's a very simple build. Everything you see is what you get, pretty much, and they're all separate from each other. You can just have one flying machine if you want, like I showed at the beginning of the video. But essentially, what this is a flying machine that's pushing a boat, and that boat is creating particles, and the slime blocks also act upon those particles to shoot them out. So, first of all, what's the particles, and why are they even appearing? Of course, there's no water at all in that situation, but a bunch of water is being created. So basically what the particle is called the splash particle. If we get in and we start flying away, all these particles dripping from the boats are called splash, and water does not need to be present in order for it to be created. It just needs to have a boat that is in momentum, essentially, because it's supposed to create the effect for if you fly off a waterfall or something like that, the boat will be dripping still. And that's all it does. So we kind of cheat the system here by using slime blocks, and only slime blocks. If a boat is hit by one, it will then create the particles because it sets momentum to it. Unlike other blocks that just push it, it doesn't really create a momentum. It just pushes it out of the way of this hit block. But slime blocks actually propel entities, and a boat is an entity. There's so many squids over there. What the hell? Yeah, so anyways, like I was trying to say, this is not really a glitch per se, it's just more of an abusive use of boat mechanics, because this is actually supposed to happen. If a boat is in momentum, it's supposed to create those particles. We're kind of just tricking the system, so I guess it could be fixed, but essentially it's kind of useless and doesn't really do anything other than like a graphical enhancement, I guess, on certain things. So I created a little crop duster, I suppose. I've tried to create squirt guns, which kind of was a little disappointing compared to the size of the gun, because it kind of just looked like it dribbled out, so that didn't work too well. And then I also tried to create actual showers, because if we activate one of these little dudes, there's also a little bit of drip right here. As you can see, it kind of just drips behind. I was trying to create so the boat stays in one place and just keeps creating those over and over. So I've never really seen a particle shower in survival before, so I thought that might be a cool thing, but there's many problems with it. First of all, aesthetically, you'd have a slime block ceiling, and also these particles only appear in air, so the only reason they're being flung forward right now is because there's nothing here to stop them. If I built, say, a little wall right here to stop these particles, they would be stopped, as you can see. Get them out of there! Ah, I got it. But they'll just hit the redstone wall or whatever you want, and it will just fall. So you can't really have anything in the way of these particles, so the ceiling wouldn't be flush either, and that just kind of messes with stuff. But yeah, for the most part, it does this, I guess. It's not too amazing, but I guess if you want to create rain, or fire water at your friends, it's very easy to make, and it's just fun to play around with. But yeah, so tell me if you guys can think of anything to use this for, I guess. I played around with it for a little bit, but I didn't want to get too in-depth with it just because, I don't know, I've done a lot with boats in my past, and I kind of want to start doing a little bit other experiments, per se, and I've already kind of got into that a little bit. But yeah, so thank you guys for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed this concept, subscribe if you're new here, and say hi to the squids. Genocide. And I'll see you in the next video.